Mexico. A country with places that look like paradise. Food that tastes like heaven. People that are warmer than a cup of hot chocolate. Mexico is a beautiful place. But as it is with every country, not everything is color de rosa. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
And today,
we're gonna talk about the things we don't like about Mexico.
I can already see the subscriber count going down.
I asked you guys on Instagram if you prefer to watch a video about the things that we like about Mexico or the things that we don't like about Mexico. And for some reason, 60% said...
So don't blame it on us.
Yeah, it's your fault. You wanted to watch this? I already had my huge list of the things I love about Mexico, but you don't want to hear it, so not my problem.
You asked for it, you got it.
Either way, before we start, I just want to mention I love Mexico. That's why I came back 6 times now.
I love Mexico. I'm Mexican. That's why I'm Mexican.
What? And also on top, there are things that I don't like about my own country, Germany. We're gonna talk about that soon. But today is Mexico time.
So get ready.
We put them in 9 different categories, and we're gonna start with category number 1, the highway to hell. Everybody knows Mexico is a super beautiful...
Booty.
Also beautiful country that has super much to offer, but the streets in Mexico have more holes than all my underwear and socks combined.
Your socks, dude. Your socks. Yeah, that's totally true. I hate it. They're called baches. And sometimes you can see them and sometimes you can't. But I learned them by heart here in my city. I don't even have to look at them anymore. I know where they are.
I know, and I'm sitting next to her in the car. I was like...
Yeah.
Let's keep moving to
Sex?
Sex. Let's keep moving to the second category, the butt freezer.
I love that name, and I came up with it.
This might come as a shock to you, but Mexico can be super cold. The problem is, since I'm from Germany, I'm used to heaters inside. And it's always warm, doesn't matter if it's winter or summer. Now here in Mexico, at least in San Luis Potosí, they don't have central heating. So in winter, when it's 2 degrees outside, inside is also 2 degrees.
Or sometimes even colder. My house is like a freezer on its own.
Yeah, and the reason why it's called butt freezer is...
Because when you go to the toilet and you want to sit down,
in the morning,
it takes a lot of effort to do it because your butt is gonna freeze. In Germany, they're so comfortable, dude. They even have floors in the bathrooms that heat up. So you walk outside of the shower, everything's so cozy and warm.
Super
Here,
warm, so nice.
I walk out of the shower and I'm like... Ding.
I wanted to say the same. And I'm like, ding. Okay.
Okay, let's change the topic. The next category is called shut.
Everybody.
Okay, you got it. What I mean by this is that in Mexico we have a drinking culture, and it's so strong that sometimes there's a lot of people that cannot have fun without drinking. I noticed this because before I used to party like everybody else, it was super normal. But Janik doesn't drink that much. So whenever we go to parties and he doesn't want to drink like any alcohol, people are so shocked and they just keep harassing him like,
1 shot of tequila, come on bro, just 1 shot.
You have to drink something. Are you a man or what? They do that in Germany too, but not as insisting as in Mexico.
No.
It was pretty crazy.
But now we're here since a few months already and they finally got it.
Yes, so good.
Good for you. Our next category is called Look at that shit. Literally, look at that shit. Because, for whatever reason, and that was a culture shock for me, here in the restrooms in Mexico, there are always trash cans next to the toilet, and you're supposed to put your poop paper that is full of poop into the trash can instead of into the toilet. Now in Germany, we always put it in the toilet, we flush it, and it's gone forever. But here, I sit down, do-do-dum, poop.
The first time that Janik told me this, I was shocked because I always did the same thing. I always just put it on the trash. I swear! You never knew this about me?
My girlfriend is a poop paper person.
I feel like the toilets in Mexico clog way easier than in Germany. And even in some restaurants, they have these signs that say, don't put your paper inside of the toilet, you pig.
Now, here in Mexico, I've seen a couple of restrooms with signs that say, please put it into the toilet.
What? Where? You're such a liar.
Or, my Spanish is so bad.
That is the opposite.
That's the
and you're just
opposite.
putting everything in the toilet.
No, for real. Sometimes they're not even trash cans anymore.
Tell me the
And
truth.
I've never clogged the toilet in Mexico.
Guadalajara, Guadalajara.
Oh, but that's different. That was different.
Have you ever put a poop paper inside of a trash can?
Maybe like once.
And you felt like,
No, I felt disgusting. If you guys know why the Mexicans are doing this, please let us know in the comments down below.
The next category is called the unknown color. It sounds spooky because it is spooky, and I hate this about Mexico because there are a lot of scammers. And the worst ones are the ones that call you and they tell you, I kidnapped your daughter or your son. And you can even hear the voice of a young child. Please save me.
Super stupid. What's wrong with you people? I've never experienced it, luckily.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, so...
We're leaving Mexico now. Bye. That has happened to my parents and to other people I know, and they all tell me that they live so scared for the next few weeks because they think somebody's watching them and it's scary.
Our next category is, I can do it myself. That's not really a thing that I don't like, but it's more just a thing that I find weird. Here in Mexico, there are some, in my eyes, unnecessary jobs. For example, there are people that work at gas stations to fill up your tank.
In Germany, there's nothing like that, and in the US either. So the first time that I was driving in Germany alone and I had to go to the gas station, I was so clueless.
Then there are Viene people that help you to park in a public street.
Viene people. The worst thing is that they put their buckets all over the street.
Oh,
so you
my
cannot
God.
park there by yourself. You have to park there only if a Viene helps you park, and then you have to give them tip. Nah.
Then there are people in supermarkets that help you to put the groceries into your bag.
It's usually young teenagers that cannot get a job and they just do it during the summer.
Or old people.
Or older people, like elderly people. Respect.
And lastly, and that's the weirdest job of all, there are people in the restroom giving the paper from the paper machine into your hands.
Because you cannot do it yourself.
I can do it myself.
Oh, I have to tell you this story. I don't know if I already said it here. A girl was working in one of those bathrooms. And when I came out, she was like, Joss, I'm a subscriber. She was so nice. But I was so concerned.
Because a minute before she was pooping and farting like crazy.
And then she was gonna go there and clean that bathroom.
Oh.
No, my reputation.
What can I say about those jobs? For me as a German, it's super weird to see it because in Germany we all do it ourselves. But maybe for the people it's good because they get some money. Let's get to the next topic, which is, dude, that thing is huge. With that thing, we're not talking about the penis, but we're talking about guns. And there are a lot of people here in Mexico, a lot of security people in malls that have huge machine guns. And some of them don't only stand like this around with the gun here, but some have them in both hands.
The first time Janik saw that, he was like, cover!
Run!
I think Janik got douchebag after he saw
Yeah,
that.
sure.
And now we're gonna get to the last category, which is the elephant in the room. And it's called like this because everybody wants to ignore it and nobody wants to talk about it, but we all know it's there. Insecurity. Nobody wants to talk about this, especially YouTubers that make videos about Mexico, because we know that Mexico has so much more to offer than just insecurity. What everybody hears around the world is just Mexico is dangerous, Mexico is dangerous.
Before I came to Mexico the first time, I was reading online how Mexico is. And it was like, don't take a cab, because they're probably gonna rob you. Don't have a map in your hand so you look like a tourist because people are gonna take advantage of you. But when I went to Mexico, the first 5 times nothing happened. We've only had one super weird experience, and that was the last time we were in Mexico City.
We almost got robbed.
Story time. We were in a mall having dinner with a friend, Danny. We ate until 11 p.m. They closed the restaurant, we got kicked out, and we wanted to take her down to the car.
In order to get to her car, we had to go through a hall that was pretty dark. Next to the hall, there was a bank. So we just started walking, and then a random guy starts walking behind us, and he got way too close.
And he was huge and dressed completely in black.
I immediately saw Danny's face like, what's happening, what's happening, what's happening? It's like her Chilango survival mode kicked in. And I also noticed him, but I tried to keep my cool.
And I, as a German, was like, dum-de-dum. Didn't notice
He
shit.
was like, Mexico. Yeah, so I stopped and I said like,
Let's wait here.
Yeah, I acted like, let's just talk.
So he passed, and then he went to one of the ATMs of the bank, but then he just stayed there. He didn't do anything. He was just looking around.
And he was staring at us, like
Super weird.
often. He was like,
So then Joss decided, okay, let's turn around and let's go back to the mall. So we left the place and he started following us.
from where we came
Yes.
from. Oh my god, I still get goosebumps thinking about it. And then I looked back and I looked at him straight in the eye, like, I'm staring at you. I was ready to come out with all my...
With all your muscles.
Yeah, with all my muscles. You want some of this? You want some of this? I'm gonna kick some ass today. And straight in front of us, there was a Starbucks.
So we ran to the Starbucks, we went inside and told them we think a guy is following us. Can we stay here? And they said, yes, but move out of the way because we're cleaning.
Yeah, they were so relaxed at the beginning.
And then from inside, I was looking back and this guy was super slowly walking by.
And
staring at me.
Maybe he was a subscriber. Oh my god.
He passed and he left. We didn't see him again. We didn't know if he was waiting for us somewhere. So we told the people from Starbucks, can you please call the security of the mall? And then luckily, 2 of the security guys came and they escorted us to the car. We went in, we left, and that was it.
And we survived.
What I want to say to that is, Mexico is super beautiful. Until now, I haven't had any problems except for this one time. So don't hesitate to come here to visit.
Just do your research before you come and know exactly which areas are safe to go and which ones are not. So guys, I know there's a few bad things. Mexico is not perfect, but there are way more good things.
And we're gonna talk about those soon. And again, don't take it personal. Next time we're gonna talk about the things we don't like about Germany.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe to our channel if you're not already.
I will see you next week.
Adios, muchachos.
Cheers.